is that I believe with these conversations of steering away from animal-based products is that we are going to see an epidemic of osteoporosis, because the data is very clear that calcium, vitamin D, K2, weight-bearing exercises, dietary protein are all profoundly important when it comes to, yes, skeletal muscle, but also bone. Supplementation can certainly do it. I do think there is something to be said for a whole food matrix. When we begin to isolate foods and isolate pea proteins, there is estrogen-like activity that we don't know of the compounding effects because it's not found in nature. Could it be done in supplementation? Absolutely. Do I have some hesitancy towards creating a diet that is deeply supplemented with not necessarily whole foods? I do. I actually fundamentally don't care much about that. I'm much more interested in the quality of the protein at a fundamental level. Does it have the correct amino acids necessary? Does it have a certain amount of amino acids without a tremendous amount of calories? Could you get all your calories in protein from quinoa? You can, but you're looking at 1,000 calories versus 180. But in terms of quality, I don't think that someone should limit their consumption of animal-based or fish products because it's not organic. A high protein diet could anywhere be above 30 to 35% would be considered high protein, probably closer to 50-50.
In the same way that when we go to the gym and we build muscle and like our bicep gets bigger, he was saying that similarly when you eat a lot of protein, maybe the kidney becomes a little bit more inflamed, but in the sense that it's building like more of its muscle.
I think that there's no evidence to support that one could have too much protein, right? It's really based on being able to dispose of the nitrogen and ammonia, which ultimately becomes urea. We haven't seen data that there is a higher threshold of too much. Individuals can exist on multiple levels of protein intake. Some individuals do better with a higher protein intake, like myself, but then the rest of my diet is carbohydrates. So I also really tolerate carbs, no problem. Nutrition science is very complicated because there's so many systems in place and there's so many factors. There are some core fundamentals that we have to springboard off of, right? And one of those core fundamentals is optimizing for protein first. It is a extremely satiating macronutrient. It affects gut hormones. It has a higher thermic effect of food, meaning it is expensive to utilize, dispose of. Protein is so important because it stimulates muscle protein synthesis. And that muscle protein synthesis mechanism is highly regarded, also extremely energy expensive. And that's one reason why protein is not easily stored. It is utilized, the body goes through protein turnover, whether it's 250 grams a day of protein turnover, if not higher. The body's constantly regenerating.
Annotated and summarized, easy to share with loved ones. The description below the title for this video has these summary points.